So once we've finished both legs, we're going to finish with them by holding their feet once again. Then we're going to come up, touching their body as we come up, and we're going to lock the towels between us and the table. But we're going to get our client to come back to their body, because by this stage they've relaxed. So I'll get you to take a breath in and out, and take the breath with them, and say to your client, when you're ready, I'll get you to roll away from me. Okay. What you need to do is adjust supports and ask your client to move. So if you've got a headpiece in, you'll ask them to wiggle down because you'll take the headpiece away. However, I've used the hole and I'm going to ask her to wiggle up. So I'll get you to wiggle up just a fraction. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to put an eye pillow down. Okay. Make sure it's even before you place it down. To adjust supports, slide your hand under your client's knee and get it all the way up. So it's directly below your client's knee. From here, we're going to do the front of the leg. So we start at the top of the body and we work down, we roll our client, and then we're going to work from the bottom of the body and finish back up at the head. So same thing, we're going to pull towels across. So, dry stroke. Once again, we start with dry stroke. So I'm dry stroking and I'm feeling for any inflammation, hot areas, lumps of any sort, tight muscles. So I'm still using my legs to get me up and to get me down. Incorporating the foot. V-stroke from foot to hip. No pressure on the tibia, which is this bone right here. No pressure on the patella and knee. And down. Fingertip kneading of lower leg. Palms touching, but still no pressure on tibia. So what we're doing is I'm massaging around, getting the muscles, but I'm not putting any pressure on bone. Light knead around patella. I'm working around the patella, I'm not putting any pressure on the patella. I'm now going to rock. It's only very gentle movement, knead thigh. So what I'm doing is I'm kneading all three sections, but I'm changing what I'm doing in each section to suit the area. Effleurage down to foot, circle knuckles up lower leg. Okay, I'm still massaging foot, providing that your client isn't really ticklish. Then you will change how you do that, and we'll go through that in class. So I'm not putting pressure on tibia, I'm still working around the bone. Effleurage lower leg. And it's the same as what we did on the back. We now go into forearm effleurage thigh. So I'm coming up, getting into position, using both legs. Pressure up towards the heart, light back down. Up towards the heart, straight back, leaning, but adjusting the amount of weight that you put on your client to suit your client. Once we get to the medial aspect, the difference this time is I'm going to face at an angle and I'm going to draw up adductors. So I'm pulling towards me, massaging the adductor muscles on the medial inner thigh. Okay, same as before, we're going to come back medially to laterally with knuckles, soft down, knuckles, soft down, keeping your posture good and strong, and making sure that you get the iliotibial band on the side. Okay, so we're going to effleurage the whole leg. And on the way back down, we're actually going to raise the foot to table. So how we're actually going to do that is we're going to change our superior arm like this. So I'm going to support ankle, and this forearm is going to support her leg. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to raise up. I'm going to grab the corner of the towel, wrap it over her foot, under her foot. That can give a little bit of support. However, if the table is the right height, you can sit on the edge of her foot, providing there's a towel there, and providing you can do it in one motion because you don't want to wiggle along. So it has to be a one motion movement, otherwise you use the towel. So then we need to do V-stroke of calf or forearm, work on the calf, and then V-stroke quads. We can do it like this, or we can do it like this, and back up. Okay, so now we're going to come back to this motion, and the reason why we do it like this is because we support all of her leg and the weight, one hand, which means we've got one hand free to move towel. We're going to touch the towel to her leg so that she feels covered. Now this arm is still free, and we're going to put her foot, forearm, hold, and we can stretch. So our superior hand is on tibial tuberosity. We're going to stretch. Take it off the stretch and then rotate back into stretch. So I'm going to do this as a fluid motion so that you see what this looks like. So can I get you to stand here? So we're going to raise, and then we would do this motion, and then I will raise, stretch, rotate, and then I will take back down, holding same position, moving the towel so I don't have it underneath her, and then we're back down again. So it's important at all times you support the leg like this. We've moved her leg around, so what that means is let's soothe it, calm it down, start with a effleurage. Okay? We're going to effleurage down to the foot, down to the foot, and we're going to start with ankle boogie. So I'm going to put my hands here, so you can do it as a fast movement or you can do it as a slow, relaxed movement. Effleurage lower leg, supporting heel with lateral hand on the downstroke, plantarflex, dorsiflex, circle ankles, fingers up behind and around lateral and medial malleolus. Effleurage lower leg to toes. Toe massage. So I often just hop down and I'm doing it from an angle where I'm actually just kneeling on the ground with one leg. You can flex and extend however you need to know that your client doesn't have arthritis. Okay, so trace metatarsals. So I'm going to start on the medial side and up, and now I'm going to go through the metatarsals, overlapping up and back down. And back down. And I'm going to finish on the lateral side of her foot. And back down. From here I'm going to spread metatarsals with a hold. Effleurage lower leg. Supported knuckle roll through the base of the foot. Working with a straight wrist. And it's supported because I'm actually moving my top hand with my bottom hand. Okay? And then when we come back to the toes, it's once again just pressure. No actual movement. Wrist straight. Okay, so double-handed effleurage of lower leg, squeeze heel. Once again, you can stretch your back. It's important that you look after your body through the process. Double-handed effleurage up to the toes. Take a big step, and we're going to effleurage the leg down to the foot, back up again, slowly, because we're finishing the same as we did before. We're going to cover, keeping our superior hand up, where we're going to come back to, and then mother and son on the way down. No pressure on the knee, no firm pressure on the tibia, but we still touch this area. We've turned our client, so our client will be cool. So I'm going to cover that foot. I'm finished there. And in fact, as you're covering, you can always cover with this towel first, so it even looks like this as well. So we're going to hold, connecting with your client, and then you would move on and continue on the other side.